welcome Jeremy Pope and writer-director Elegance Bratton! Woo! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Hi.
Hello! Have a seat. Can I just tell you, the way you both walked out of those doors, it's like you are stepping into your moment. Your moment. Jeremy, you've been on a meteoric rise this last 3 years. On Broadway, you are one of only 6 people to earn 2 Tony nominations for 2 separate performances the same year. And you received a Grammy nom for Best Musical Theater Album. Woo! And I normally am not glued to my cards, but you have so many accolades. I was like, I cannot memorize all of these awards. 2020, you were nominated for an Outstanding Actor Emmy for your role in Ryan Murphy's Hollywood. I mean, you are the golden child right now.
Yes, yes.
Which is all the more incredible when I read an article recently, I think it was on the Daily Beast, of all the fears that came with revealing who you really are, your truth about your journey, that you didn't expect all of this glory to come your way. You were told it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I was told it wouldn't happen, and I think it takes an unbelievable amount of faith to be an artist and creator. Faith in yourself, but I think more importantly, faith in the things the world can't see for you yet. And I say that because seeing is believing, but if you're not seeing yourself represented on screen or on stage, how do you know what's possible and what's tangible?
But that said, I've never seen anything like this on screen.
Right.
I mean, Moonlight was the last time we saw an ensemble cast that told the true life of Black gay love, or whatever definition of that film, because that was unlimited love, and that wasn't in a box. But Elegance, we haven't seen anything like this, and it's based on your life. By the way, thank you for your service, 5 years in the Marines. You are owed that. You're owed that. But I can't think of anything that compares to this story.
Well, you know, when I was in the process of trying to figure out what to do as an artist, I was in film school, and I just sold my first TV show. And I was with my partner, the love of my life, Chester Aljournal Gordon. I love you, babe. We're on TV. But Chester just told me that my first film had to be something that was personal, and that my best trait as a storyteller was to bring the audience to a place they could never go without me. And I don't know anybody who's ever kind of had my experience of, you know, being homeless, joining the Marines, ended up going to Columbia, and all of it. So I was just like, let's be vulnerable. Put my heart out on the sleeve, and hopefully it can open up doors for my future, you know?
Yeah, well, Jeremy, Elegance called it the Black Gay Rocky. Follow me there, the Black Gay Rocky. I mean, and you feel that way. There were moments that I could not sit down. The training, there you are really putting us into this world to the point where your character makes us feel him in a way that I wasn't expecting. I got goosebumps right now. I can't imagine what it was like for you.
Yeah, it was, you know, it was a beautiful experience, but challenging. I think there was an emotionally demanding role, physically demanding role, but I took this job out of service to protect this man. He's being so vulnerable and putting his story out there. And you know, when you give something away like this, you can't get it back. So I knew, like, I wanted to be the person the audience meets before they can get to him. So I knew that I needed to work as hard as I could and find what wasn't on the page, find those feelings.
But the real Marine boot camp that Elegance had you go through. I just think, what is that movie, Officer and a Gentleman? Not since that film have I felt like, okay, I would never be cut out for the military. Thanks, Dad, for serving. But we were in this with you, the physical demands of this.
Oh my God, yeah, I had to remind our crew, like, I'm an actor.
Right, you're like, I'm not in the Marine.
Like, can you show me how to best act it? You know what I mean? like, is that a possibility?
You're like, how do I act like I'm doing push-ups, right?
Like, but yeah, we were in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, 107-degree weather. We shot this movie in 19 days.
19 days.
19 days.
19 days.
That's unheard of.
Because we had a COVID shutdown, and then we were shut down for 4 months, and when we picked back up, we lost a week. So we shot the whole movie in 19 days.
So.
I know I read that one of the most emotional moments for you, Elegance, was the character that, and I say character that Gabrielle Union brings is inspired by your mother.
This little piece of paper. It's all I have left of the dream I held for you. If you don't come back, the son I gave birth to, consider this certificate void.
And you wanted her to actually wear your mother's jewelry?
Yeah, my mom, unfortunately, she was killed about 3 days after, oh, there she is. There's us. She was killed about 3 days after the movie got greenlit. And, you know, I definitely made this movie in an attempt to reach out to women like my mom and my mother especially. So
When you say women like your mom?
Women who, you know, parents, there's a lot of kids in this country who are being kicked out of their houses for being gay every day, especially in the Black community. And I think people think that you can tough love someone into being what would maybe make them safer in the world. And in fact, you're making their lives way more dangerous and way more difficult. So I was hoping that through Gabrielle's incredible just like transformation and her contribution to the conversation, that people who think that kids deserve to be on the street for their sexuality will see Inez in this film and see themselves and take it as a warning, you know, not to go there.
More with Jeremy Pope and Elegance Bratton after the break.
I've been raising myself since I was 16. Now. My mom, she won't even talk to me. Most of my friends are dead or in jail. The streets was gonna kill me no matter what, so if I die in this uniform, I'm a hero. Somebody.
Welcome back. We're with the star of The Inspection, Jeremy Pope, who plays Ellis French, and the director and writer, Elegance Bratton. The New York Times calls their work subtle, bittersweet, and beautiful. When I think about what I read, that someone told you, it'll never happen. If you don't hide who you are, my friend Billy Porter was on, he got the advice years before you, you know, that your dreams won't ever happen if you tell them your truth. And you tell your truth, and your dreams are bigger than anything you could have imagined.
Right. That's the word. That's the word.
Well,
Has it sunk into both of you? Because you both had that same experience of, if I don't tell my truth, I don't end up where I am now.
well, that's why it had to be Jeremy Pope in this role. It had to be an out Black queer actor because
So you were not willing to have another actor
No,
who was not
at
out
all.
Black or queer.
Because for me as a Black gay man growing up, we don't get to be the heroes of movies very often. And, you know, we're just living in a world where, you know, for Black gay kids, it's just hard for us to grow up and to live a long, healthy life. So, you know, I didn't want to have another generation of kids like grow up and like have to do that weird algebra that I had to do to see myself on screen. I wanted them to have, here's this movie, you could just press play and see yourself. And we would talk about this, you know, what would it have been like for us as teenagers to have a character like Ellis French, and how much better would we have grown up? How much more confident we would have been in our skin?
Especially seeing someone like that in a military uniform.
Right.
You have this power of manifesting things, it seems. From everything I've read, from all the accolades and the awards, to manifesting a performance with Verdine.
Verdine White.
Okay, so first off, Verdine White, full disclosure, is one of my besties. Talk about power and manifestation of great things. How did this happen, and why am I so jealous right now I'm not in the middle?
It's crazy. This photo, he had come to see me in the show Ain't Too Proud, Temptations musical. I was running, it was a 2-show day. I saw him in the hallway, was like, I love you, you're everything. We took a picture. But over the kind of pandemic, I did a rendition of their song, September.
Their song, September.
You know,
our song, September.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
September.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who was in the house today.
This is the Tam fam. Our song, September.
I put it out, and then on Twitter, I got a notification, and it was Earth, Wind, and Fire, and it was just the emoji eyeball. So I was like, well, what we looking at?
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then I told my team to connect and just tell them how big of a fan I am of theirs. And I feel like a week or two later, I was on the phone with Verdine, and he was like, I'm getting my booster shot on Wednesday. We can be in the studio on Friday. And we wrote a record, Uptown Apartment, with my boy Shane Eli, Campfire, and it was a dream come true. It's one of my greatest accomplishments.
Listen, I'm telling you, you have so many recent things that have happened. The laundry list, and then I get to this. Wait a minute, you got a chance to perform with Verdine.
Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy? And he just called me the other day. He's like, I call him Unc, because he just always is tuning in. He was able to see the inspection. He's just such love and support and just a ride or die.
Right,
So
yeah, you gave out love to your partner. Shout out Verdine White. You know
Verdine.
how much I love you. I love you. Well, like I said, people, we don't have a lot of time, right? And you have to be very careful with how you use your time. I encourage you, the time that you have, spend it with this film. It is life-changing, it is transformational, and I'm promising you this, you will be tweeting and TikToking all day trying to think about what you just saw, because it's beautiful. Congratulations on this. This is it. It's a winner.
Thank you.
It's a winner. It's a winner. And Jeremy, what are you wearing to the Oscars? Because we will see you at the Oscars, my friend. Be sure to catch The Inspection in limited theaters now nationwide, December 2nd. You will not regret going to see this movie.